Well, here we are in Darryl Jones's gazebo. So thanks, Darryl, for having us here. And Darryl is our newest elder. And so I just wanted to have a little chat and give you a chance to talk a little bit about yourself for the church and introduce yourself to those who may not know you. And so I know you're a Jones, a part of the extended Jones family that we have around here. So tell us, within the church, who is it that you're related to?
Okay. I'm the youngest of six, and so Diane Kale is my oldest sister. And so Roy and Diane are at church. Lanny, or Elaine is her official name, but Lanny to me, and Bruce Snyder. She's the next sister down. And then Bob Jones and his wife Regina, and then my wife Angela and I. So 4 of the 6 are attending and at Belleville. So that's the connection there. And then every offshoot, everybody's got 3 or 4 kids, and names change, and it gets too muddy. But that's the basic part of it.
Yeah. So when you guys have a family reunion, it's like 70 some people that are...
Yeah, Bob on Labor Day has a tradition of having everybody and their kids, and it's usually every year it grows. I mean, somebody gets married because it's getting so extended, but it's 75, 80, it grows. So
okay, so how many do you have? How many children do you have, and where are they? What are they up to?
My kids. We raised our family in New Concord, Ohio, and I was teaching and ended up getting into administration in school. But we like New Concord, and if there was ever any mention, because we came up here a lot. Actually, there was a stretch where we visited so often because of birthdays and so on, and we would come to New Life, and somebody thought we lived here. They said, "Now, where do you live?" And I said, "New Concord." And they thought, because we've been here probably every other Sunday for maybe 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
Well, I remember you signing one of our cards, welcome cards, one time about I'd like a preacher visit or something like that.
And you didn't do it. No, we were living in Sugar Creek at the time. My last educational job, we were down in New Concord 23 years, and then my last job, I was at Garraway Schools in Sugar Creek, and I had talked to you enough where I thought I could. So on a prayer card, I asked for a home visit to Sugar Creek, and Steve must have been busy at that week. So.
All right, so back to your kids.
Okay, we've got 3 kids. The oldest is Leah, and she lives in Ashland. She's married to a minister. He's in Ashland, and they've got 4 kids. She had 4 kids in like 6 years, and so it's 6, 5, 3, and a newborn. So they're in Ashland. The next is Randy. He lives in Apple Valley. He teaches at East Knox Schools. He's not married. And then Andrea is our youngest. She lives out at Pleasant Hill, and she married a high school buddy, and she's got 2 little girls. And so we're all within, they're all within maybe 25 minutes of us, so we see them all the time. That's where Angie is right now, doing some stuff with Leah, but fun to have them close.
So 6 grandkids, and what's their age range right now?
The oldest is 6, and then the 2 that Andrea have, there's some overlap. There's a couple 5-year-olds in there, and then a couple like 3s and 2s, and then there's a newborn. So it's all compressed. It's fun. There was nothing for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was just
right
all the time. So it's been fun. So we're enjoying, coming back home, and this is not where they grew up, but our kids. Fortunately, God placed them, or it worked out that way. Randy, at some point, he was the only one left. He was teaching in New Concord, and he said, everybody's here now, so he quit down there and moved up here. And so we're happy that everybody's close.
Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about your faith history. When did you become a Christian? And
our family, my memories of it, of course, my oldest brother's 15 years older than me, Steve, so... there are things that our family did that I was not even aware of. But when I came along, they would come to church, Belleville when it's the hardware, and then New Life, and some in my later life, both parents were were going. My dad was a little bit reserved and quiet, and he preferred not to be in crowds, but I realized that he became a stronger Christian in his older life. Not that he wasn't before, but I really noticed the change when he was older. But then I was hard-headed and really into sports, and I just attended because everybody else did. And but Ange and I were dating from high school on, and after we were in college, and it was, we were serious and already knew we were going to get married, and we thought, we just can't go further with a relationship and a family without being more serious about it. So actually, Steve Liming, we went to Palmyra, and actually did that because she grew up Lutheran and had the typical battle of being sprinkled, and so we just didn't want to be around people we knew. And we went to Palmyra for a while and actually started to know people, but Steve Liming was preaching and he baptized me. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. It was just a Holy Spirit working on me. And that was 19 years old. Okay. And from there, it kind of got more serious and really paid attention.
Now, when you were in New Concord, I know you taught Sunday school for years and years there.
Yeah.
And then you eventually became an elder at that church?
Yeah, the church, when we went to New Concord, there was a little country plant from between Zanesville and New Concord, and it sits on Route 40, so they called it East 40 because it was east of Zanesville. We went, there's probably only 90 to 95 people. And we just decided we just plunked down and we didn't even shop. I mean, we just did it. It was like 5 miles from our home. And but that grew, and it was wonderful people. And that by the time we moved away, it was 260. We'd built on and done all the things that were, the church is blessed with. And along that way, I taught little kids and taught the adults for a long time, and was an elder for 14 years and stuff. And that stopped though when when I took a job at Garraway.
Right.
So we were only at Garraway 3 years and then moved back here.
Yeah. So now you're at New Life and one of the elders, newest elder. And, what do you see at New Life that you appreciate? And as an elder, what are your kind of thoughts of what you'd like to see accomplished?
Well, like an eldership for me, and I think everybody that I've ever talked to, is you're serving God, and as a way to serve God, if you're asked to be an elder and that's what you choose. So that's how I view it. I'm serving God, but actually I'm serving people here, but I'm doing that because I want to serve God. So it just kind of does that. But we enjoy, Belleville, the town, and the church. There's more of a connection here than probably most places I've ever been with the town and the community. There's a lot of give and take, and with homeschool consortium stuff that goes on, and things that happen in our gym and Safety Town, that kind of stuff. So I really enjoy that. The size of the church, I don't think the size really connotates how healthy a church is. So I'm never really worried about that. But I think if you're doing the Lord's work, people are moved, and they need to be involved. So I always just want to make it, I want whatever church I attend to be so open to people that they feel no barrier to becoming involved. And so that's what I'm hoping for. Not that it doesn't happen now, but that's what I'd like to be involved in.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Darryl. Thanks for taking your time and sharing your life with us, and for being an elder as well.
Oh, great. Thanks.